It is a bounty for us human beings that a merciful hand covers the future from our eyes with an impenetrable veil. That's a really great line. Had I known then that I was destined for more than 7 comfortless years, devoid of love and filled with previously unknown mental and physical tortures and fearful uncertainties on the borderline of life, I never would have found the strength to stand the sufferings of the initial hard months of captivity. He's saying if he would have known what the future held, 7 years he's about to be in captivity for, he wouldn't have even made it through. He would have given up. And he doesn't talk in this book about what that imprisonment was like, but he does give what I think is a combination of how he survived it and what he learned from it, going back to the book. Time and again, I was soothingly distracted from my tormenting thoughts and dark visions by the wonders of the brightly shining star-filled winter sky that appeared to be so close to the touch. It constantly drew my eyes upwards as if by magical force. What had so far appeared to me as the downfall of a world come loose at the seams and a catastrophe without bounds suddenly took on measurable dimensions. I regained my equilibrium and found my way back to myself. Where I had felt earlier that chaos was swallowing me up, now calm and peace was flowing into my disquieted heart. The reconciling effect came from the vast order and harmony that the sparkling mass of bright stars with their eternal laws of the universe brought back to my attention anew. The consolation that the stars sank into my soul was strange and hardly to be grasped by the intellect. It seemed to me as if my personal fate within the framework of events on Earth was secretly included within the vast, all-embracing order of the cosmos. For the mass of survivors who had escaped from the hell of Stalingrad, the aftermath of the tragedy lasted only for a short while. They died in their tens of thousands during the early months of captivity. Hunger and deprivation, frost and sickness had already made them a sure prey for death even before the fighting stopped. With the columns of prisoners, death also came to the various camps of reception where terrible epidemics raged everywhere. An exact accounting of the victims of Stalingrad, according to numbers, dates, and individual fates, will never be made. The few that were allowed to begin a new life at home and in freedom after long years of captivity will always have to ask themselves how they can justify the deaths of the others by their own existence, how they can uphold and fulfill the legacy of their dead comrades. But all Germany must also loyally remember its many, many sons that lie at rest in the distant Russian steppe, and try today and in the future to understand their unforgettable sacrifice. The innumerable mounds of soldiers' graves in Stalingrad have long disappeared. The cemeteries were leveled soon after the battle and partially converted to soccer fields. Nothing is left of the army of simple gray crosses. But it is as if a great invisible cross were rising there on the Volga, casting its shadow over our nation and addressing penetrating, admonishing words to all of our hearts.